next level.
Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Coach Tiffany Parra, editor of Phoenix Fitness Fanatics magazine. We are taking center stage on the Own It Publishing platform with some of the amazing authors from the Becoming a Girl Powerhouse Volume 3. Now, this is just near and dear to my heart. This is stories from trauma to triumph. These are women that have gone through some stuff in life, and they are here to encourage you and empower you to continue to push through. So without further ado, I am going to go ahead and bring the few authors that I have today on in the house. What's going on, Miss Cierra? How are you, honey?
I'm good. How are you?
I am great. Oh, what's going on, Miss KB? Well, Miss Kristle.
Hey, y'all.
And we also have Miss Terry in the house as well. How are you? Oh my goodness. I am so excited. So these ladies, I'm going to tell y'all just real quick before I let them go ahead and introduce themselves. These ladies have seriously shown up and shown out. They have been so courageous in saying yes to telling their story from just sometimes we go through things in life and sometimes we feel like we're going to give up. But guess what? None of these ladies gave up. They kept on pushing, and they are going to tell you how you can get yourself out of those crazy ashes in life. So without further ado, I'm going to start with you, Miss Cierra. Go ahead and introduce yourself, who you are, where you're from, and a little bit about what you do.
Well, it's great that I am definitely going first. Well, my name is Cierra Noel. I am originally from Denver. I reside in Atlanta, Georgia. What I do, I'm preparing for my new endeavors. So I have a couple of things that are going to be launching soon. But other than that, I'm a queer woman that just lives their life authentically. And I'm a mom. I have 3 kids. I was in the military, and then I went and started baking and had a successful business in that. And now it's just, this book has unleashed just a new side of me that I'm really excited about. Now, as far as the chapter, boy, oh boy, I was not prepared for how deep the chapter was going to get. I just remember like it was yesterday. I told KB, I said, I don't know what to write. She said, girl, you better write something. Even if we got to figure, if you got to use Chat GPT, you better have something ready. And it took a while, because how do you really tell trauma without putting the other person as a main character? And 2, you're only talking about yourself. That's going to bring a lot of things. So for myself, I did a whole lot of soul searching when this chapter, was completed. I cried. No matter how many times I've read it, I've cried. And it's like the same tears. It's like I can still feel that person, that little person from way back when, like as if it's still happening. Um, and I couldn't even, as far as like the experience with the book is crazy. Like I've never thought that I would be able to find a group of women who just I just felt like a little baby sister. So I just, it's like Katie and I are just like, "Oh, we're the babies. We gotta learn." So, and I'm just, we're like some sponges and we're just soaking up all the wisdom and the knowledge. And I couldn't have asked or prayed for a better support system through this journey because it takes a lot of patience. It takes patience from, the editor, your and everybody because it's some of these stories, people, I don't have a bunch of money to sit here and say, hey, I'm gonna publish a book. But I know that it was worth being told. And I knew that I was chosen, right? This is us being chosen, that's for a reason. And even if it's just one person, you know, I really resonated with our a speaker that we had, and it was just like, okay, I'm telling you, it was like a real kick in the butt for what I needed. So I'm like, all right, like that's just little big sister like nudging me, which is great. I know that Tiffany, you said something before about how sometimes projects can be hard when you're working with somebody. I mean, I think that goes with anything. I don't think that just goes with just this type of genre of writing. I think that goes with any type of project because you really have to lean on each other. And there could have been things that went wrong, you know? We could have all got triggered in different ways and we could have backed out because that's very much so that was real for a lot of people.
Mhm.
And it was with the help of you, Tiffany, of putting together this platform of women who are just going to be nothing but supportive. I don't think that I would have been able to make it all the way through to the end.
Wow.
So I just continue to say thank you, thank you, thank you. Like you said, you're never going to be able to get rid of me. I don't care. I'm going to stay here and everybody's going to hear from me.
Yes,
So,
I love it. I love it. Thank you, Cierra. We're just so happy to have you on the platform, and thank you for being courageous. So,
yes, thank you.
all right, Miss Kristle, please introduce yourself, who you are, where you're from, and a little bit about just what you do.
Okay, hi everybody. My name is Kristle Bowie. I go by KB Well. I'm an author, now a co-author. Very, very proud to be a part of the Phoenix Fanatics, the Powerhouse, all that in a bag of chips. I am happy to be a part of it. I've met wonderful people. I'm from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, born and raised. Um, I'm also a clarity coach, a new one, a rookie, but I'm getting there.
There you are.
Ugh. So this chapter, I don't know, it's crazy because I found Tiffany your stuff by accident on Facebook. I was really bored one day and I was just scrolling and your video came and you were talking about, you know, um, trying to find your girls, so we can do this project. And I said, I think I want to go for it. So I contacted you. You sent me the information, and I said, you know what? This seems like a once in a lifetime opportunity to meet people I can network with, meet women like myself that are willing to be willing to be supportive to each other because you get a lot of shade sometimes. Especially with women of color, sometimes we have a tendency not to don't want to help the other sister out, I don't know. It's a thing, but I didn't feel that here. And I'm so happy about that. Um, Now, the chapter, I knew that I had a story, but I didn't know what the story was. All I know is that when I think back, I feel turmoil, right? So it took me a while to write it because I didn't know where to start or how to start it. So I began to think of the root of the problem: narcissism, emotional and verbal abuse, constant. Uh, and I thought about how it molded me into the person I was and into the person I am now. And writing it, it created a lot of triggers that I told Sierra about and Tiffany. I was like indecisive. Like I said, I don't even know if I want to continue because it was like I'm remembering things that I've buried a long time ago. But I feel like these things needed to be told because there's going to be somebody that's going to read this book and going to be like, oh my gosh, that is that what was wrong with my mom, my dad, my husband, wife, sister, and KB overcome it. How? By finding closure, by finally saying enough is enough and regaining my own power that I didn't think I had and saying, you know what? You. And everything and created these wonderful boundaries. And now I'm happier than I ever been because I know that that energy can't mess with all this no more. So that's why I decided to focus on on that subject in the chapter, and I hope that it does help somebody in a good way, and also, maybe open their eyes to a reality that they're not really seeing.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you so much, Kristle.
No problem. Thank you. No, thank you is all. Thank you, Tiffany. Awesome. Thank you so much.
Yes, yeah. Look, y'all brought my dream, to reality. Okay, so I just cannot thank each and every one of you enough. So,
I'm so happy to meet all y'all. You too, Sierra girl. Always.
Miss Terry, please introduce yourself, who you are, where you're from, a little bit about what you do.
All right. Well, I am Terrazar Camille Lee Wallace, and I go by T. Lee. That is easier for everyone. I am a mother of two. I've been married for 28 years, and I am in the business of human resources. 20 plus years of human resources. So dealing with people, loving people. I would not have been in this field if I did not love people. And at times you're like, okay, you want to help people all the time. And I think that's where my drive comes from, wanting to help others, and not knowing when to tap in and help myself. Always giving and supporting and pouring into other people. But my chapter was sharing a part of my childhood, which was trauma, tragic, and overcoming that and always being, what do you call it? Determined. So finding that determination to just always, you're going to fall, you get up, you dust yourself off, you have the support around you from, like, these loving women have always been from day one. This is the third volume and chapter, and Tiffany has been amazing. She's like, I need you to get on the first one. I need you to get on the second one. And the timing just was not right then. But this one, I was like, okay, I can't pass up this opportunity. This is a great opportunity for me to actually share and, again, helping people. That's what I do. So I'm hoping that my chapter helps at least one person. If it helps one, then that just is going to warm my heart. If it helps more than that, I would be overjoyed. This is not my first book, so I was excited. I love writing. I love just um, putting things on paper, pen to paper, just thoughts and being able to help people and make people smile. That's what I love doing. So.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, T. Oh my goodness. You ladies. So like y'all are just hearing just a little snippet about these women. Just wait until you read this book. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to cut to a quick commercial break, and we will be right back with our authors from the Becoming a Girl Powerhouse Volume 3. Be right back. Oh, I tell you, big ups to Michelle Mupo with Mupo Entertainment. Those commercials have you dancing in your seat. This is Phoenix Fitness Fanatics Magazine, elevating your mind, body, and spirit. This is our Authors Network Spotlight with some of the authors from the Becoming a Girl Powerhouse Volume 3. So you got the chance to get to know the ladies just a little bit. So we're going to get in a little bit deeper into why they decided to tell their stories. So, Cierra, I'm going to go ahead and start with you. So, what really inspired you to share this particular story with the world?
Ooh, I don't know, honestly. I had to pray about it. Um, as taboo as that may sound, I had to pray about it because I have complex trauma. So it's like going through a Rolodex, just pick one. But I wanted to choose something that was going to be profound, unique. But then it's like, okay, is trauma really, unique? But I wanted to choose something that was challenging for a writer. Um, Something different. I remember when I first started, like when I first proposed the idea, and Katie was like, "Wow, I can really resonate with your story." And I never thought in a million years that she would be able to say, "Oh, I can resonate with that." But, a lot of people don't want to talk about the ugly truth
Mhm.
about um, families that are of multiple cultures, races, and how it can affect, certain people and individuals as they change and develop and evolve into adults in society. So I really wanted to choose something that was profound, and that was really the root of wanting to change generational curses. For myself, for my kids and their kids, I want to do the work now. I don't want to do the work when I'm in my 50s, 60s, 70s, because I want to enjoy life now. Like, I'm really trying to learn from my elders. Like, when they say, this is what you should be doing, I'm really trying to learn and
Yeah.
stop making life so hard. So it's like, why not? And if I can sit here and try to really, you know, go and deep dive and support, even our youth,
Yeah.
even parents that are adopting different, um, different parents that are cultural. We can say, like, we have white parents that are adopting black babies. You know, they need that support and education. That's more love for the community. But at the very least, we can create an open door, an open window for somebody to say, hey, I appreciate and respect your culture. I would like to teach that and pass that along to my son or daughter. And I want
Mhm.
to be able to help bridge that gap.
Yeah.
But talking about that my story, my trauma, and this story, it brought a lot out of me.
Yeah.
Even a little. a little self-discovery, if you will. You know, we talk about choosing different, different things for different reasons, and I just really feel like this was it. Like this is go. There's no turning back. Once this story comes out, there's no turning back.
Yeah.
So it's, gotta slam it out the park.
That's right. That's right. Oh, I love it. I love it. And again, just thank you for being courageous, because it is hard to tell those truths, and we're going to say those dirty truths, right? Those truths that really hurt us, and those truths that may wind up hurting someone else's feelings for a moment. But honestly, you can't really care about that when you're telling your truth, because it's not about them, it's about you. And it's about you being able to evolve and grow. So I love your story. I mean, all of y'all have me. This has been an emotional roller coaster. I mean, when you guys are saying, okay, yeah, I'm writing my chapter and I'm going through all these emotions, just imagine reading every single chapter and, and trying to process that as well, right? I mean, because I'm an empath, so I feel all the emotions
So
that you
sorry.
all are putting
All
in.
right. So sorry.
But you guys, it is so profound. Just, I mean, the stories of just resilience, and oh my God. Again, I just cannot wait for everyone to get their hands on this book. So thank you. All right, Miss KB, please tell us. I mean, what inspired you to tell this particular story of your life?
I'll piggyback off of Miss Sierra. I don't know either. I don't know. It just felt like it just needed to be told. I would say growing up, I had no idea that personality disorders was a thing, right?
Mm,
But for some reason, I didn't think that um, it was for everybody. Like anybody can have that type of issue going on, right?
yeah.
So when I educated myself and I said, okay, my mother and my so and so is not just, I thought she was just a mean person or a manipulative person. No, it's a whole thing that she has going on. And in the black community and Latin community, there's no such thing as going to therapy. You don't,
Mm-hmm.
whatever goes on stays in the house, or they just stigma crazy. Oh, they just crazy. They just crazy. It's all in their head. It's all in their head. But it's really not. And there's help for stuff like that. What if a person who is dealing with a personality disorder, such as maybe narcissism, they read mine. And what if they kind of recognize themselves in the way I describe my own family? Maybe they would care if they care, if they believe it, because they probably won't. They're not going to believe it. They might want to get help to see if maybe they could treat their people better, treat their relationship, or just be a better person and whatnot. I don't know. I just felt like everything that made me who I am, it all depended on this generational curse that I decided to break, because everything that mama went through, my granny was the culprit, and then so on and so on. Who knows how far back
Mm-hmm.
this is gone? But I stopped it, and I made sure that my son does not feel any type of feelings that I grew up having of insecurity or feeling belittled, or all that other stuff that comes with it.
Yeah.
And I'm just really happy that that I broke that cycle. So I just really wanted to share that with the world.
Yeah.
So,
I love that. And both of you talking about breaking those generational curses, right?
absolutely,
This
yeah.
book is breaking the mold. It's becoming a girl powerhouse, breaking the mold. So you are breaking those generational curses that they may be generations and generations down the line. And it's time to break that. Just like you said, so your son can go on and moving in life successful and not have to feel the things that you felt. That's what this is
Absolutely.
all about. That's what this whole entire, and I'll call it a movement, is all about,
Mhm.
is helping people to break those generational curses. So thank you so much, Kristle.
Thank
All
you.
right, Miss T. Lee, what inspired you to share this particular story that you shared?
I am also going to piggyback off of the ladies. I wasn't sure at the beginning. I was very unclear on what I wanted to share. But I knew what I did share was something that I just kept reliving over and over. It was something that always just was in the back of my mind, always bugging me. Like, why did that happen? Like, why did I have to go through that? Like,
Right.
why was that a part of my life? But it was a part of my story. I would not be where I am today without having to go through that. I always say I have no regrets for any of the things that I have had to experience and go through and deal with, because it all led to where I am today. I had to go through those rough times so that I can learn to be more resilient, learn how to deal with people that aren't your friends, who don't like you always,
Mm-hmm.
and being able to still hold your head up high and be professional and still go through that, but knowing how to deal with it and then help somebody else deal with it.
Yeah.
And just be graceful. I always want to just always be grateful, classy, able to share my story with others, that maybe it will help them
Yeah.
if they're dealing with it, and how that looks. I'm a role model.
Mm-hmm.
So people are looking at me. My kids are looking at me, my nieces, my nephews, my girls.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Everybody is looking. So if I model it and they come to me and say, hey, how did you deal with that? Then I can truly say and share, like, hey, this is what I did. I prayed. I got on my knees. I cried. I did whatever it took to get me through to where I am now.
Yeah. You said again, just being courageous and just being able to just, I mean, we're Wonder Women, right? I mean, look, we put on them cuffs, right? And we just just going through life, being able to deflect all those different things that are coming our way.
Yeah.
And again, sharing those stories are really going to help empower so many other people, women, especially. I mean, but even some of the men that are going to read these powerful stories, they go through stuff too. So we know this is not, oh, we know we're just supporting women. We hate men. No, we support everyone. We know everyone goes through it, but we do deal with specific issues that are different, and we got to learn to navigate. So it's so powerful to just know that you have that capability to just be able to mold someone else by sharing your story. Just amazing.
Yeah.
All right, ladies, we're going to go ahead and cut to another quick commercial break, and then we're going to come back, and I want to hear some words of wisdom, words of encouragement from you ladies. So we'll be right back. All right, all right. We are back. That was Upscale Biz, Online Biz Solutions. Charles, right over there. Big ups to Charles with what he does over there at Upscale. So thank you very much. This is Phoenix Fitness Fanatics Magazine with our Authors Network Spotlight on couple of authors here from the Becoming a Girl Powerhouse Volume 3, Breaking the Mold. So, ladies, we have talked about your chapters. We've learned a little bit about each one of you. Now, let's just talk about there's a lot of other people out there that they're struggling. They're trying to figure out how to tell their story and they're scared. They don't have the courageousness like you guys do. So can you just maybe share a little bit of words of wisdom or words of encouragement that could kind of help them to get to that other side of the fence so they can also be as courageous as you? Go ahead and start, please, Cierra. Oh, you're muted, hun.
I sure was muted. Maybe that wasn't how I was supposed to start out, right? No, I just feel like you don't have to have a huge platform. You don't have to feel like you need to have likes and comments for somebody to be able to hear what you have to say. Sometimes just stepping out on that platform for yourself is all that you need. Once you see the person that you are and you hold on to that, nobody can stop you, regardless of whoever is going to try to be in your path. Like it can be the devil. It does not matter. The devil's always going to try to stop something that's going good. And the harder he's at work, that's the closer you are to your blessing. And I promise you, if you stay, what I say, if you stay 10 toes down, you keep focusing on yourself. You love yourself. Give yourself as much grace as you are willing to give others. Yeah. Don't be hard on yourself. You need to understand that it shouldn't feel weird to say affirmations and tell yourself that you're beautiful. It shouldn't be that. You shouldn't have to seek that through other people. The first person you should seek that through is from yourself.
Yeah.
And it's just, just telling your story to one person. Maybe that's all it takes. I used to say that I used to say, but I still do it. The best people to talk to are strangers because strangers don't owe you anything. They don't owe you love, respect, kindness, and endearment. They don't owe you anything. So if you really want some true honesty, I always say talk to a stranger. But I promise you'll probably experience the most love. So going from silence to having a huge microphone, what seems like, that's not for everybody. But I know that everybody has their own version of a microphone. It doesn't matter how big or how small. That you're not alone, and somebody is always going to be able to relate to you. It's just up to you. But just say it for yourself, not for other people.
Yes. Ooh, I love that. Thank you so much, Sierra. All right, Miss KB. Well, words of wisdom, words of encouragement for our audience.
Well, she took them all. That's it.
She dropped the mic.
I wasn't trying to hug it. Like,
she took them all. There's nothing left. I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding. Words of encouragement. I guess now is the time to be yourself. Okay, there is acceptance broad now. People can be who they want to be. There's always going to be adversities that we have to deal with in life, but it's okay if you want to wear that makeup. If you want to wear something that normally a person your size doesn't normally wear because of the stigma, do it anyway. It's okay to love yourself for who you are. It's okay to tell your story. Like Cierra said, you can tell your story to one person or 100. You don't, and if you want to get on social media and you're camera shy, you don't have to put your camera, you don't have to, face the camera if you don't want to. You can, um I saw a young lady telling her story, and she pointed her camera towards birds, or towards a nice little porcelain something in her house, and she still, all these comments, me too, I feel the same way as well. And I know that that must have helped her tremendously to know I'm not alone. Just like Cierra said again, it's wonderful. Social media, the internet has given us an opportunity to have platforms and to meet people that are like us or that are not like us. So you can be comfortable with who you are. And you should always be your main cheerleader. When I use my platform on TikTok, I don't care if I get 1,000 views or seven, as long as they got the message that I'm trying to say to them. As long as I made at least one person smile, or one person say, this person understands me. That's all I care about, changing one person's life at a time. That's what's most important to me. So it's gonna be okay. Like I always say, everything gonna be okay, and just always believe in yourself.
Yes,
Yep.
yes. Thank you, KB.
Thank you.
Woo! All right, Miss T. Lee. Words of wisdom, words of encouragement.
Words of wisdom, words of encouragement. First, don't be so hard on yourself. And we all make mistakes. It's okay. Again, you're gonna fall. We all fall. It's okay. Get up, dust yourself out off. It's not the end of the world. Do what makes you happy. Don't look for approval from other people. Do what makes you feel whole
Mm-hmm.
and healed. And if people don't like it, who cares? I don't care. It doesn't pay your bills. It doesn't put food on your table. It doesn't do any of those things. So if they don't like it, sorry, just move on from this. um, you don't need negativity in our life. I don't
Yeah,
want negativity.
that's right.
um, the other thing, never give up, never give in. Just keep trying. And
Yes.
that's what I do. I live by those words daily.
Oh, I love it. Thank you so much, Terry. So, y'all just see, I mean, these are a couple of more of the authors here from the Becoming a Girl Powerhouse. And you see really the power here of these women to just really be able to shift and change their life to the better, to be able to just mold themselves into the better version of themselves by just doing the work, by going through the process, by just releasing the things that don't serve you and just being true to yourself, just being authentic. We just recently went through a workshop and they talked about being authentic and true to you. And that's my advice to everyone here listening. Be authentic and true to yourself. Because just as Coach Tiffany Easley said, if you are not authentic when you show up, you're basically dead. So I really resonated with that, okay? Because you definitely got to be authentic. You got to be bold, step out of the box, and seriously, never think that your story is just your story. It needs to be told. You need to heal, others need to heal, and they really just need to hear from you. So, ladies, I want to just truly thank you for taking time to share who you are and to share a little bit about your chapter. I cannot wait for our audience to read this book. It is coming out the end of February. We launch. You will see more of these ladies as well because I'm going to be bringing them to this platform quite often so you guys can really just get to know them. So again, thank you ladies so much for joining me. Everyone, thank you so much for tuning in today. We love you and we look forward to you reading that book, Becoming a Girl Powerhouse Volume 3. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.
to the next level.